Here we go, y'all. We got a live recording. Shop Talk with Cassandra and Renee. We ain't recorded a video in a while, but we back on the air again. So here we go with the show.
Hey. Good morning.
Can I get the earphone?
I will. Oh.
Thank you. You know they mind. You put mine on every day.
I'm sorry.
So when you stick them on, just take them back off. So I know they got to be clear.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Who's coffee not agreeing with my stomach this morning?
I got y'all mics adjusted.
The bird.
It'll be on in a second.
Baltimore, a Radio 1 station where information is power. The following is a paid program. The views and opinions expressed are those of the program sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 1010 WOLB and its management.
Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee, the radio show where we talk about it all. Hey, welcome to Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee. With me are my co-hosts, Kevin Eaton.
Good morning, everyone.
Angelo Superstar Barbara Richardson.
Good morning.
We have Dr. Lisa.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey.
Hey.
And today's a special Monday.
Okay.
This only happens twice a month.
Twice a month.
We have Philip Carey with us.
Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Good.
Good. Oh boy, here we go. Did everyone have great weekends?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, Kevin, I'll start with you.
Oh,
How was
alrighty
yours?
then. I had a wonderful weekend because my band played for the first time since I've been in the band, and we
All
played
right.
on North Avenue and St. Paul Street.
North and St. Paul.
Yeah, my band is called Colorblind.
Colorblind.
And we were good.
Wow.
We had a nice little outing. It was good.
Okay. Lisa.
We rested.
Okay, rest is good.
Rest is good. And I watched the men folk clean the house.
The men folk. That's very southern. The men folk. Angelo.
I worked this weekend.
You know, you say the same thing every week.
I did. I
One
don't
of
have a life.
One of these days you're going to surprise me.
I know. Yeah.
Angelo. Philip, how was your weekend?
It was a great weekend. I actually got a lot of rest this weekend, but I also got a chance to go out and have Mr. Superstar Barbara Angelo cut my hair.
Oh, it
this
looks
weekend.
sharp,
Thank
too.
you.
Doesn't it look
It
good?
looks good,
You
don't
know, and
it?
the waves. And
You look really sharp this morning.
loving
Thank you.
it.
That's what I do, man.
That's what you do. We have Jimmy with us. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, good morning. How everybody doing?
How
Hey,
you
Jimmy.
doing?
Hey, Jimmy.
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you sure, Jimmy?
Oh well, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Besides,
I know.
He has a tone in his voice.
You know, we were going to talk about some other things this morning, but we just got the report about the video with Ray Rice, the incident that actually took place in the elevator. So now we actually get to see what took place in the elevator. So that's going to be our topic of the day, our main topic of the day, the video. So if you haven't seen it, you may, I don't know if you want to check it out or not. It's very graphic.
Yes.
Very graphic.
Yes.
And I found it very disturbing when I looked at it. And the timing, we were talking about the timing. It's amazing how it's leaked or it's made available for the public. What, today? Was it made, or was it yesterday? When did it come out?
4 o'clock a.m. this morning.
Really?
Yes.
Think about the timing. You know, he's already been punished. Because, Jimmy, how long is he supposed to be out?
he has a 2-game suspension.
2-game suspension. And then this video comes out.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. You know, so it really brings to light domestic violence.
Yes.
Because it looked to me like he hit her twice. He knocked her out. Because the earlier report said, she fell up against the bar and she knocked herself out. Well, it didn't look like she knocked herself out. If she did, she had some help. You know, so we like to get your feelings on this particular situation. So please feel free to give us a call at 410-481-1010 or 1-877-704-1010. Kevin.
Well, Cuzzo, personally, I believe that women can't take punches. That's what I believe. As men, we have to draw the line when it comes to the point. I'm not going to physically, attack my my spouse or my companion.
girlfriend,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because personally, I mean, I know for a fact that women just can't take these punches. I mean, you can.
Why do you
women
keep
can,
saying
'cause
that?
you
You
can't.
know, he keeps
You
saying
can't.
that. I gave him
You're
every
not- you're not-
opportunity.
Women are not built like that, man.
Oh,
You're not built like that.
God, this
And the
gonna
thing
be one
about
of
it
them
is
days.
like a lot of time, women and girls, especially the younger generation of girls, I mean, they talk a lot of stuff to these guys. They talk a lot of stuff to these guys. And the older cats like myself, we may be able to restrain ourselves or something like that. But these younger boys, they are not having an attitude like the older guys are having. They are fighting back with these girls. I mean, the younger guys don't have no remorse when it comes to hitting these females. They just feel like, hey, if you big enough to talk to me like that, you big enough to take these punches. But the reality of it is, you're not built that way.
So you're saying if the woman can take the punch, then it's okay for the man to hit her?
No, the man shouldn't hit her, period.
Okay, let's
'Cause the woman not
clarify
gonna
that.
take it.
Yeah, you should start with
No, the
that.
woman shouldn't hit her. He shouldn't hit her, period. Because number one, she's not going to be able to take it. I don't care how big the woman
He
is.
can't
You
let
keep
that
going
go
back to that.
You know,
What is wrong
I don't care how
with
big
you?
she is. I'm telling you, she could be big, and you get Philip will tear a big woman up. Tear her up, because he's a man. You understand what I'm saying? He will go up one side of the woman and down the other side.
You, that's
just-
retarded.
I don't know.
I've never hit a woman.
What was in that
That's
coffee?
my point. We need to come to the realization that we should not put our hands on them. I'm telling you. Because if we do, we done cross the line
Definitely.
that we will not be able to come back. And as men, we have a strength that women just,
Do not have.
they don't
Right.
have. You can hit me a couple of times, I'm coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You sock a woman, she's going to drop like a rag doll.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm serious.
Not necessarily true, because you hit certain women and they'll knock you out. And I've seen it happen where it's actually the men who's being abused, the men who's actually being hit on and knocked out by the women. So
Right.
I think it goes both ways, but I still agree with you. I feel like no man should ever put his hands on a woman under any circumstances. So I totally agree with you, but don't underestimate the woman.
I mean, I actually watched the tennis match yesterday. Look at Serena.
She's strong.
I mean, do you think a man is going to knock her out?
Yes. You sock her one time, she's done.
He have to sneak her and sock her.
One time, you hit her, she's done.
That'd be a sneak sock.
Our boards are blowing up. I know y'all coming for them.
Oh, yeah. You know,
I'm
they should.
telling you.
listen.
So,
I have a confession to make. When I was in high school, this girl punched me in the face, and I hit her back so fast, I didn't even think about it. It was just my reflex.
Right.
But I know it was wrong. I knew in my heart it was wrong, and I was sorry for it.
You sorry.
But I hit her immediately as soon as she hit me. So.
And you
So I
never
do
hit another woman after that, correct? Yes.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's bring Ernest
I'm
in.
sorry, that
Ernest,
wasn't clear. What happened?
Ernest, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Have you ever heard of Mark Fuller?
Mark Fuller?
Yeah, for domestic violence.
No.
He's a federal sitting judge who assaulted his wife in similar circumstances
Yes.
in a hotel in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. His wife called the police. He was arrested. He was arrested and charged. And before he even got arrested, they said we're going to get him in this diversion program. He's not going to be dismissed from the bench, and nothing else is going to happen to him. Now, here's a guy that went to law school. He was a circuit court judge in most cases. Now he's on a federal bench, assaulted his wife, beat her down in a hotel room, and nothing happened to her. And furthermore, not only did nothing happen to her, that it hasn't even been on the news. You have to get it on the internet. I heard it. I saw a little article in the paper. Then I Googled it, and then I Googled further. 77 celebrities who have been charged with domestic abuse. Some punished, and some haven't been punished. Their face has never been on the internet like the football player. So what I'm saying to you is this. And the House of Roof and none of these women's organizations has asked or said anything about this judge being removed for the bench. But when a black person is charged with domestic violence or something like this, like Ray Rice, his picture has been all over the United States. as the poster boy for domestic violence, when it's been 77 other high-profile celebrities that have been charged, majority of them white, with the same thing. Now, this is the thing. White people, they just see what way we're going to go on this thing. And so they put the face of domestic violence on Ray Rice. And one other thing I want to say to you. I was looking at television the other night where a police officer shot a elk in Colorado. Shot an elk. He was supposed to be the mascot for the city. They arrested him right away without pay. They charged him, and the judge said, I should give you 16 years. You'll never be able to be a police in the rest of your life, and you got to do 200 hours of the service.
Community service.
Community service.
Mm-hmm.
Elk.
Right.
You shoot a black man in the same town as a police officer, everybody's behind you, sending you money and things like this. See, black people got to really wake up about certain things. And the House of Roof is a good place for women, but you'll never hear the House of Roof going against any white person. If the person was a white football player or a white baseball player, how about Ripken? If he'd have been charged for assaulting his wife, it was alleged that he did do it. A black police responded, called on these airways and said that he assaulted his wife. They took the report, allegedly, and when they got to the station, they destroyed the report and told the lady, say, look, you don't want to go through this. Just let it drop right now. I mean, this is what they do.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your call, Ernest.
Oh, thank you for the time.
Sure, bye-bye. It makes you wonder, are the powers that be, are they covering up? Are they covering up information? Because, again, the timing is very interesting that this has come out now.
Right.
Absolutely.
Some type of conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. And I tell you, I actually went to the mall because I am a true Ravens fan. And, of course, I had to buy my new jersey and, stuff and buy it for my daughters. And actually, while there, Ray Rice's paraphernalia was on the clearance rack. Mm-hmm. That's all you saw was Ray Rice's stuff. They're trying to get rid of his stuff because of the reputation behind this. So it kind of makes you wonder what other backlash is going to come to the forefront because of this new development.
Right.
Okay, let's bring Aaron in. Hi, Aaron. Welcome to the show.
Fine. How are you all this morning?
Good morning.
Well, while I don't condone domestic violence, I'd have to give Mr. Rice the benefit of the doubt simply because she married him.
She did marry him.
And I'd have to give him the benefit of the doubt that she stuck with him. I would give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't condone the domestic violence, but I would give him the benefit of the doubt in hopes that he wouldn't do it again.
Okay, so that's the benefit of the doubt. Because there's no doubt in my mind he hit her in the elevator twice and knocked her out.
Oh, yeah, I don't condone that at all.
And then drug her out like she was a piece of garbage.
No, that he was wrong. I definitely say that. But what I give him is, like I said, she married him after the event. That's the only reason I would give him the benefit of the doubt. Otherwise, I would say no.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your comment, Aaron.
Do you know it takes at least 7 times for a female, because the statistics were done on women, it takes at least 7 times before they actually leave.
That's amazing.
And so, you see people going back, and a lot of people judge, why do you keep going back? Why do you stay? Why do you keep taking that? Mm-hmm. And there are various reasons, and so we can't judge. But statistics say they do. They go back at least 7 times before they actually end the relationship.
Unbelievable. On the air, we have James. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
To me, in order to hit a woman like that, you had to do it before. You just don't go out and just cold cock your lady friend like that. and that wasn't the first time it happened. That woman got battered woman syndrome.
Oh.
She shouldn't even marry this guy. She should have been in Catholic. Should have never got married. If you talk to people that's been abused, like you said, it takes about 7 times before the police, 3 or 4 times, that's before the police get involved. Because the first thing the guy's going to holler, he'll never do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But once he do it one time, he's going to repeat doing it until the law step in. And even when the law step in, that's still not going to stop him.
Yes.
It's just something that's in them that they do, you know. So, like I said, I truly believe that the woman had battered woman syndrome. Nobody never even mentioned that. That never even came up in none of the discussion.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and we know that they're covering up. They're picking and choosing the cases that they want to run behind. And I don't care. Domestic violence across the board is wrong. I don't care who's doing it. You should be sent to jail. That woman, and really, when he hit her, and her head hit the rail in the, it could have been charged with attempted murder.
Mm-hmm.
That never even came up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a lot that we can look at. I'm not giving him a pass at all. I think he should have been set down for the whole year. And anybody else out there that's beating their women or their girlfriends up there on the street like this in Baltimore City or anywhere, they should be locked up. Go down to domestic violence courts, and you wouldn't believe the stuff that's going on that these guys are doing to these women. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, and they just keep going back.
Yes.
And it's a repeat thing. Even when they get the ex parte, the stay away restraining order,
Yes.
they still go back and do the same thing.
Because they allow them. The woman allows them to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Then they still come back.
Yes.
Right. And then when after the woman is killed, then the law figured out, well, what we did to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Should have locked them behind them and kept them in jail.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say.
Thank you for your comment, James. On the line, we have Donald. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
I don't feel a bit concerned with this woman. This man beat the hoot out of her and she married him. That makes her a fool. Would you agree?
We can't judge.
Would you marry a man that knocks you out?
I know I wouldn't.
Then why are so many people taking up for this particular woman? Before I watched the video, she didn't put her hands on him. She reached out, gestured to him, because it seemed like he was waiting for her, and he got impatient and said something to her, and she just motioned to her with her hand, stop. And he beat the hoot out of this woman. He's a thug. He should have been arrested. And I think that black people need to stop taking up for black people who do ill and foul kind of things under the cloak of blackness. Just like we defend our president, who hasn't done a thing for black people. But they black, though. And we got to say this. All black women are not queens, and we need to stop this. If you walk around the street with fake hair, fake eyes, fake eyelashes, and all the rest of the fake-up kit, and dress like a prostitute, that's not a queen image. That's the image of a hoe. I'm just keeping it real.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
but I'm trying to figure out what that has to do with domestic violence.
Domestic violence and the domestic violence situation is that it goes both ways. Because usually, if it's a man and he decides to not engage in a conversation or argument with his girlfriend, his wife, or whoever, y'all women know, I ain't got to tell you, that y'all will pursue us around the house or wherever we are. Could be trying to avoid that situation. And if we walk away from you, you call your white daddy, the police, to come, and they will come and lock us up automatically without any proof or anything else. Women do abuse men, and we don't have that discussion in the so-called male-female, black male-female.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
See, this is
I just
why
wanna
we
make
need
one
education.
quick-
We definitely need
Right.
education.
One quick statement. I had a stylist that worked for me who was in an abusive relationship, and she stabbed her boyfriend, and he married her. Her comment to me after I asked her, she said he saw the light after I stuck the blade in him.
He saw the light.
Yeah.
On the air, we have Brother Carlos.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, welcome to
morning.
the show.
Hey, Carlos.
Yeah, and this is a very important subject, and it really, I think, should be a teachable moment for us as black men. And when you have a celebrity or an athlete or such as Ray Rice or Michael Vick, who was caught in the dog fighting scandal, you are going to be the poster child for that incident. There is no equality. There is there's going to be a double standard. And so we have to teach our young men, particularly, as I taught my son, and I said to them as they were growing up, whatever happens between you and your girlfriend or your wife or what have you, do not put your hands, not retaliate and put your hands on her, because it's going to come down on you like a ton of bricks. So let's put it this way. If you're white, you're all right. If you're brown, you might be able to stick around. But if you're black, you're going to get back, and they're going to throw the key away. We should realize this now. I would doubt if Ray Rice will ever come back to be the running back that he was. I think he will be, from here on out, a lost cause, a shell of himself, a lost career. And even though, and then this is a sacrifice of many, many millions of dollars and so forth. But remember now, he and the young lady have a child. He has a daughter by that young lady.
Yes.
And he's trying to, according to what he said, he's trying to rehabilitate himself and redeem himself because he wants to raise the family, and he wants to be able to explain this in some kind of way to his daughter as she grows up, because she will see this in the future and so forth.
Okay.
So I do hope the best for that young man, but I do want to say once again that we have to teach our young men, particularly, that if a young lady strikes you, if your young lady tries to what they call bohank you, do not retaliate. Walk away.
Okay, thank you for your call, Brother Carlos. Okay, on the line we have Kenny. Hi, Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Oh, how you doing today?
Okay.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, I know Ray Rice from New Rochelle, New York, and Mount Vernon, New York. And I also know the young lady from Mount Vernon, New York, and I know her father, Joe Palmer. And how you think a father feels? See, I don't believe he's seen this tape. And when you see this tape of your baby girl getting knocked down like this, and by me knowing Joe Palmer, this guy, I don't believe he's going to take this lightly. But I just want to say one other thing, is that a lot of us watch a white police officer beat a black lady on the side of the highway. And this officer beat this black lady on the side of the highway, and none of these groups came up and said anything about this officer beating this black woman like a man. Where are all of these groups? You know what I'm saying? Just don't put Ray Rice out there. You know what I'm saying? But and I also went into M&T Bank, and one of the guys was telling me that they took Ray Rice off of everything in the bank. You know what I'm saying? That
Yes.
They just took him off everything. So not only do Ray Rice have a problem with the NFL and the Baltimore fans, but he has a problem with Joe Palmer. Talk to you later.
Thank you. That's a good point, because I'm sure his brand has been hurt, and it's going to be hurt even more because of this incident.
Lost endorsements.
Absolutely.
So it impacted him economically also.
Wow. Jimmy?
Well, yeah, I'd like to say about this.
Uh-oh.
I watched the video very, very closely, and one thing one of the previous callers said that was so true. The punches look unprovoked.
Yeah.
I mean, I was truly under the impression. I'm thinking that she might have jumped up in his face or might have shoved him or did something, but it looked so unprovoked. Then after he knocked her out, the way he had the I don't care attitude. Yeah. And then it really made me question whether or not the NFL commissioner actually saw the video. I mean, because I like some of the other calls are saying, I feel as though he deserved to be locked up.
Wow.
And he didn't. And I truly believe he got away with something. They think that he didn't get away, but yes, he did get away. He should have been charged and suspended for at least a season from the NFL. Now, getting to his wife. One thing you also have to take into consideration is that he does represent a lot of money to her and having the child. So there's a possibility she is staying with him because of the money. Saying, okay, just the lifestyle I'm used to. We need to work this out.
Good point.
But I do believe it has happened before. I truly believe that. I also look at him in a different light now.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I looked at him in a different light just seeing the one that we saw when he drug her out. I mean, to me, that was just disturbing in and of itself, the way he drug her out of the elevator, and she's face down, and she was like a limp doll, and he stepped over her like she was nothing. So to actually see what happened on the inside of the elevator today, I loved Ray Rice. I followed him on Facebook. I absolutely loved him. But I don't know. I've pretty much changed my opinion of him now for him to treat a human being that way.
He looked comfortable.
He's done it
in
before.
That type of behavior. And when you get to that level, it's because it's escalated.
Yes.
To where you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
To not only that intensity of physical attack, but then the lack of regard for her laying there and just dragging her out.
Yes, and this is supposed to be someone that you love.
Yes, and regardless if she married him or not, it's a crime.
Yes, it is a crime.
It's a crime.
Yeah, and it sounds like people are like holding it against her. We don't know her. We don't know what she's been through. We don't know, and like the gentleman mentioned about the battered syndrome or whatever, that may be the case. Who are we to judge in that sense?
Yes.
But battering another individual, putting your hands on another individual is just wrong. Hi, Fred. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Hey, Fred.
I just wish y'all would stop beating up on this. First of all, let me say this. I don't think what he did was right. I really don't think it was right. I think he realizes that. I think she realizes that. I think, people saying he was casual about it, he didn't care. I think he was drunk. I think he was drunk and she was drunk. Because if you look at the video real carefully, if she was knocked completely out, like they're saying that he knocked her out, she actually got up and walked away. No one gave her any smelling salts. No one, brought her around. I think when she hit that floor, she probably was drunk and couldn't get up, and she just laid there. Because what else was she going to do? And I'm not saying that's an excuse for Ray Rice, but I think to keep pounding on him, she said, I'm not going to press charges. I'm going to try to work this thing out. He's come on public TV and apologized and said, look, hey, I was wrong. I'm going to try to figure this thing out. The only thing I can say for him is he's lucky she wasn't a white girl. Because if she was a white girl, he'd be out the league.
All right, well, thank you so much for your comment. But I'm sorry, he knocked her out. And being drunk is no excuse. There's no excuse. That has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Right.
I mean, so what? It's okay if you're drunk to abuse a person?
No, that was a precise hit. He wasn't drunk.
Precise hits.
Right.
And even still, his reaction afterwards is not a reaction that you would see an intoxicated person. Like, that's not a reaction they would have. The way that he just stood there and just looked over top of her, that was not a reaction of someone that was drunk. He knew what he was doing.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
That's another myth that abusers are out of control. They are not out of control. They are very much in control. And what they do is very intentional.
Wait a minute now. I got to speak for the drunks now.
Oh,
I'm gonna speak up for the drunks here now. Okay, we're gonna act different under the influence.
Okay.
We are gonna act different under the influence. That's why drinking and driving is illegal, because we will drive through red lights under the influence. No, really.
Because your judgment is distorted.
Right. So it will make a difference in the situation if a man if he's drunk. He may, a lot of the actions that he did may be because he was drunk, but we as non-drinkers don't know what it's like to be in the shoes of a drunk in a situation like that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm a drinker.
Yeah.
And I know I've been in heated arguments with females when I was drunk. Never ever would I put my hands on them, and even still afterwards we get into an argument. I'm so upset and so enraged that I can't even calm myself down. The way he hit her and stood there, Kevin, after that, it's no way. I don't think. Maybe he may have had a couple drinks, a little tipsy, but I don't think he was drunk.
He didn't have any trouble stepping over her. I mean, if you're drunk, you don't stumble over a person. You're not going to just. He had so much grace with him.
And he didn't hesitate when he hit her. There was no hesitation. It was just straight. Wow.
And a myth buster is that when people drink, they only do that to only escalate what they already have in their mind to do.
Right.
Good point.
I'm going to be the myth buster today.
You know what? That's a very good point. Because a lot of times that's what they call liquid courage.
Liquid courage, right.
Liquid courage. Let's bring Dawn in. Hi, Dawn. Welcome to the show.
Yes, I'm calling. I don't want to blame it on the liquor. I want to blame it on the fact that he's a loser and he don't care anything about her. I'm a woman that's born and raised in Cherry Hill, and if he'd have socked me the way he socked her, the story would have went totally different. I understand that he was heated. Whatever went on in the conversation in the elevator, before the elevator, he was wrong. He should have been prosecuted, and she shouldn't be with him because he did it once. We all know you don't just hit nobody like that and it just happens. No, he's done it before.
Yes.
And it will happen again. She's a fool for marrying him. I've been raised where men do not hit on women. My son Philip Curry will tell you, if that was me in the elevator, the story would have went totally different. I'd have been in jail waiting for trial.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hill in the house.
Cherry Hill in the house. Thank you, Dawn.
Ma, don't come. Ma,
How y'all doing there?
Ma,
Philip.
Ma, don't come
love
on.
you, son.
I love you too. Don't come on so strong next time.
Thank you, Dawn. Have a great day.
Y'all too.
Bye-bye. That's right. Her son, Philip Curry, will tell you.
Somebody got knocked out, huh?
Cherry Hill in the house.
We have Harleen on the air. Welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning. How's everything?
Good.
Good. I'm listening to the discussion, and I saw the tape. I thought that he was totally out of character. He was wrong. However, when Tiger Woods' wife cracked him upside his head repeatedly with a golf club, I'm not talking about this group, but the discussion, the argument was totally different.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, we're listening.
The point that I'm making is we treat violence differently. Our view is differently. Lorena Bobbitt cut her husband's penis off, and we made jokes about it. We made jokes about Tiger Woods getting cracked upside his head with a golf club. That could have killed him. It was just as vicious and violent, her attack on him, as Ray Rice attack was on his wife. And why do we treat it differently?
Okay.
We're all human beings.
All right, well, thank you for your call. Okay, Jimmy, are you still with us?
Hello?
Is this Jimmy?
No, this is Tony, another Cherry Hill person.
Oh, all right, Cherry Hill person. But I don't know if I'm going to lose you, but I'm going to have to do something here. But if I lose you, please call us back, okay?
All right.
All right, hello? Okay, I guess I lost him. We have Lee on the air. Hi, Lee.
Oh, how y'all doing?
Good.
Morning, Lee.
I'm going to say, he was wrong for striking us, putting his hands on her, but I say white America, when they do crimes to black, it's all right. Where white do crimes to other whites, sometimes they get justice, sometimes they don't. But what we got here is anything to put black people out there, expose them that look bad, it's a double standard out there, And,
okay.
like I agree, like Kenny called in and said, when that white police officer beat that black woman on that highway, you heard about it, or a week or so, you ain't heard enough about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a double standard. Like I say, white folks don't care nothing about us.
Okay, well, thank you.
Got the Star Spangled Banner coming down the harbor. We be down there protesting all that.
Thank you for your call, Lee.
Right.
Have a great day. On the air, we have Collins.
Hello, good morning. How you guys doing?
Good morning.
I just want to say wrong is wrong. Ray Rice is wrong. He was definitely wrong. But when you do something wrong, you get a punishment. You go to a court or you go in front of a committee, and they decide, your punishment. Now, this man went and they decided punishment. So you already been punished. I mean, why is it that we running him down right now? Why is we talking about, I mean, so harsh on him? Why is we so hard on him? He been punished. And you see it, he probably, like I said, he would never get to be the Ray Rice like he used to be before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this would haunt him to life. It would affect his daughter. It would affect his wife and everybody. So why are we just so hard on him? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, thank
he's
you.
Wrong. We know he's wrong.
Yes.
I mean, come on. I mean, God said for us to forgive. We've done a lot of things in our life that that God forgive us for. Can we forgive him for what he done?
Thank you for your comment, Collins.
You're welcome.
Okay. Jimmy, you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. How much time do you have there?
You got me till 11 o'clock.
All right now.
Yay.
Woo! Okay, so we are going to bring Nathan in. Hi, Nathan. Welcome to the show.
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Okay.
Like a lot of callers said, the man has been punished. His wife forgave him, but it seems like colored people don't want to forgive him. Colored people forgive white folks. They forgive everybody but their own people. And y'all are disgraced. All these people saying this, and y'all just hang up on them with no comment. What's y'all comment? Why are y'all so hard on this man? When his wife forgave him, he went to trial. He went through the court system, and everything happened. So why colored people like y'all want to be so hard on him? Y'all a disgrace.
Okay, thank you for your call, Nathan. Woo, boy, we are a disgrace. That's a new one. You know, that's the beauty of talk radio.
Yes.
We give our opinions and we allow our listeners, our callers, to voice their opinions. That's the beauty, y'all. And I love it.
Shop talk.
Mm-hmm. On the air, we have Tony. Hi, Tony. Welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm another former Cherry Hill resident.
Cherry Hill in the house.
All right, Tony.
Super aggressive women hit men and get away with it. And unfortunately, it can be a double standard. I think what he did was wrong, but I also think that, we just have to have one standard that violence under any circumstances, whether it's male against female or female against male, is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
See how detrimental it is in our community.
Yes.
There's way more black people killing each other on any given day than white people killing us. So, I just think that when you listen to the what the young lady said from Cherry Hill, what she would have done and all this other stuff, it feeds into the mentality, because she's saying, well, I'm going to go up against, a guy, and most women physically cannot beat a man physically.
Mm-hmm.
You got some bigger, stronger women, but most women are much, half the size of a man. So I just think we just need to say enough's enough. Stop fighting each other. Get out of this mindset, and when something happens, call the police and take it through the right channels.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your call, Tony. You have a great day. On the air, we have Charles. Charles, welcome to the show.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out why they're beating a dead horse. The Ravens lost.
What a term.
Which is karma. And, 9/11 is coming up. You got all these other situations that they're trying to get us to turn away from and focus on Ray Rice. Ray Rice was already done, packaged. It was over with. So why are they bringing up something that was dead and stinking instead of dealing with something that's live and, the live and stinking we keep going past? There's too much for us to deal with to be sidetracked on Ray Rice.
Okay. Well, to me, funk is funk, whether it's dead or alive. But thank you so much for your call, Charles. You have a great day. On the air, we have Helen.
Yes, good morning. I don't agree at all when a man is beating on a woman, because I know I have never been abused, but I had a sister and a mother was abused. And, I'm talking about they were abused. If a man going to hit a woman, he's going to blacken an eye, bust a nose, bust a mouth, and everything. But I didn't see anything. I don't agree with what he did now. I really don't. But the thing of it is to keep talking about it. I did not see one scratch on her. And I don't know why people saying that she shouldn't have married him. Okay, they've been together. They got a child together and everything. Okay, maybe this was the first time. But the thing of it is, you're talking about him, but they said she spit in his face. Who wants to be belittled around a group of people and you sitting there? For one thing, I said that one of them should have walked away. When the argument started, Ray should have walked away or she should have walked away. but drunks do not walk away. You know, so I mean, you know, it's sad that this young man has to go through this and keep going through all this rigmarole and all that. I don't agree with a man fighting on a woman. I really don't. But let me tell you one thing. There's some women out there can beat men's behind. Believe me, because I had 2 aunts that wasn't afraid of nobody. And they would whip a man just like a man would whip a woman. So, you know, I mean, we need to let this thing go and see how this man going to react when he come back into the game. Thank you.
Thank you for your call, Helen. Okay, all right. We have Baba on the line. Hi, Baba.
Good morning. How's everybody?
Good. Good morning.
Well, I came out of Cherry Hill, too.
Cherry Hill the house again.
In 1950. Came out of Cherry Hill. It actually fabbed in 40 and 46. But we had people out Cherry Hill and still do that was strong. We had strong women and strong men. And we would look out for one another. And nobody in Baltimore City, I don't care what part of Baltimore you came from, north, south, east, or west, would come out Cherry Hill and start no trouble, because you would remain out there, or you wouldn't be able to get back. We were one arm and one fist out there. We didn't have no cowardly people, no whole lot of girly people. We didn't have no kind of that. And them people always talking about Tiger Woods and Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods didn't have daggone thing. Tiger Woods married out of his way. First of all, he had a gold digger. Just like some of these Negroes, they claim they reading out the Quran and whatnot and never been in a mosque nowhere.
Okay.
I ain't seen them in no mosque.
Well, thank you for your call, Baba. We appreciate it. Wow. Jesus Christ. Okay, the number is 410-481-1010. I'm giving out the number, y'all. 410-481-1010 or 1-877-704-1010 if you'd like to contribute to the conversation. Y'all got so much to say. Come on, Dr. Lisa.
You know, the people have issues with the video just coming to light for whatever reason, or whoever leaked it, or for whatever reason. But when you look at it, it does trigger for a lot of victims and survivors post-traumatic stress of when it happened to them. And so it does require a dialogue, and it does require a discussion, because whether it's Ray Rice or some unknown person, a victim is a victim and a batterer is a batterer. And we need to continue to talk about domestic violence until every family is safe.
I agree. And we will. On Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee, we will continue to talk about it.
Yes.
Okay? All right. On the air, we have Mr. Warren Brown. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Listen, you know, something that came to my mind, my attention was this. You know, when you look at the videos and rap songs, listen to the rap songs and the like, and you witness the portrayal of women, especially black women, as B's, and B's doesn't stand for babes. You know, we create this mindset, this culture that allows us to act with great disregard for our women. And you know, and so you instead of looking like Jill Scott Heron, they can't be said you can't be your queen one day and a bee the next. And so, you know, we just portray our women as bees, and they buy right into it, because if you listen to the female rappers, they're referring to themselves as bees. If you look at some of the videos, all this twerking and the like, and I mean, it's just we really demean our women. And so when it comes to how they are treated, they oftentimes are treated by people with a mindset of disrespect for them because of the young cultural portrayal of our women as bees. And if you look at a woman as a bee, then you're going to treat them like a bee. So we all got to get out of these rappers have to change their whole methodology, their whole terminology, and start holding black women up, period, as queens and not bees. That way, when anybody else is looking at a woman, they've been ingrained to believe that this is a queen, not somebody worthy of a knockdown. And for the life of me, I don't know why we allow our own to refer to our own women as bees as if that's their first name. And so, it's just sad because, if we can't love ourselves, we can't expect anybody else to love us. And if women can't love themselves, they can't expect men to love them. So, it's a phenomenon that has to be addressed at some point in time.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. You know, but the women are going to have to accept ownership as well. You know, because if they're out here twerking and carrying themselves in a certain way, that's a choice that they're making.
Yeah, and I'm not at all saying that, get beat down is, you're worthy of getting beat down.
Absolutely not.
Somebody has the mindset that you're a beast. But I just think that it fosters that type of behavior. There's no way that this man is looking at his wife as a queen and beating her down like that. It's just there's no way that can happen. That's the inconsistency and incongruity that just does not exist. And so hopefully at some point in time, instead of us rapping about, us being bees and ends, we start rapping about us being kings and queens. That's just a heartfelt opinion.
Well, that would be a wonderful thing. Thank you so much for your call, sir. Okay, any comments about what Mr. Warren Brown just said? From anybody?
I think he just really make it clear. We do have a society that fosters a lot of violence, and we all should take ownership of that.
Yes.
But in no way is it a victim's fault ever.
It doesn't matter what she wears,
Doesn't matter.
Because one of the other callers said about the weave and the false this, false that. So what? That's justification for
makeup kit.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a justification for beating her down because she wears fake this and that. Because as he was going down his list, I was looking at myself. I wear fake hair, fake this, but I'm not whatever that word was he said.
Yeah, he was suspect.
He was suspect. Okay, I can feel better about my weave then. All right. Okay. 9-4, we have Lee. Welcome to the show.
Yes, I was listening to a couple callers, and a couple callers stated that we should be ashamed of ourselves for talking about this, but this discussion needs to be talked about.
Yes.
Absolutely. What should be ashamed is what Ray Rice did to his now wife. He's like a young Mike Tyson, and when he hit her like Mike Tyson would hit an individual to knock him out to win a bout. And, that to me, I think, more should have been done. And because now that the truth is out about what happened, that's what the public is reacting to. The public ain't reacting to the first scene that took place. They're reacting to the truth, and this is the truth. And the public should have the right to speak about the truth, no matter what, regardless of what race. And a few other individuals said, the police had beat the black lady, but there's plenty of videos out there where police are beating white individuals. Nothing said about that. So it shouldn't be about a white person done beat or who a black person beat. This is about a female that was knocked out, and we got the truth, and the people just want to be heard.
Yes.
And that's all I got to say.
Good point. Thank you so much, Lee. We appreciate it.
I want to say something. At the end of the day, is there anything that he can do to redeem himself? Because I really don't think so.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, look at Chris Brown. I mean, he still has the opportunity to redeem himself and continue with his career. I think it is. So we're not trying to beat anybody down here. It's just more, so to speak, this is a subject that needs to be talked about because it's becoming more and more, it's happening more and more every day. And if we don't start talking about it and putting what's going on out there, they're going to think it's okay to continue to do it. And it's going to get out of hand. And I don't care if it's male, female, white, black, it's not about race, sex. Abuse is wrong across the board, and it should be penalized, and you should be punished for it. And I think now, we're, as the people who may be able to make that difference, we're standing up now and saying that, okay, we're noticing this, it's a problem. We can't do nothing about the things that's already happened in the past, but today we can stand up and say we're not letting that happen anymore.
And I don't know if how this will impact his career going forward. But the man can be rehabilitated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now how the public responds to that, whether they think he's popular and they'll give him another chance, is a question. But can the man himself be rehabilitated? Absolutely, yes.
He can.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the air, we have Ross. Welcome to the show.
Yes, hi. First of all, I think that his apology was sincere when he said it. But we won't know until over a course of time how this would turn out. They could go on for 20 years and you won't hear any incident about him from here on out. But today it's like, let's burn him at the stake day. And I don't agree with that because to me what I saw was a exchange of words to each other, and we got to remember that that's where it starts. It starts how you talk to someone. If you talk to them in this disrespectful way, it's going to elevate. Case in point, I came out of a abusive family. My father was abusive to my mother, but then later on, as I became older, I saw that she was provoking a lot of that through what she was saying to him. Now, so to me, it starts at the communication level. If you can't communicate to your spouse in a respectful way, and y'all can't have an exchange like that, like one of the callers said, female caller, she said, one of them should have walked away, and should have cooled out and left and dealt with it at another time, But unfortunately, it didn't happen like that. They got in the enclosed space, and it just elevated to what we see now. But don't blame the brother when he already had asked for forgiveness. He plotted and brought it to God himself, And here it is now. All the powers that be want to bring it all back up, to use him as a scapegoat, and again tarnish the black community behind it.
Okay.
So every time something happens to us, we are pushed out there like, we are spotlighted. We are spotlighted.
Thanks for your call, Ross. Have a great day. Next, we have Tommy. Tommy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
There's a lot of good aspects of what everybody says, and we have to figure out a way how to use it and utilize it to our best group advantage. But what has not been pointed out, and I've never heard it on any talk show, is there's some other values and benefits that go beyond what we typically get an idea or a chance to discuss. And what I'm really trying to put out and say is that all these things have commercial value. You understand? That's why you have the ongoing discussion about it. So that generates revenue for various people, the station, etc. It's a control dynamic. You understand? That it's allowed to exist under domestic violence. And they want to focus domestic violence only between a relationship with a man and a woman. In actuality, domestic violence includes politics, education, etc. These are the ways they use it to keep us from thinking to figure it out. Now, what I'm simply saying is, I'm trying to say it as quickly and shortly as possible.
Yes, we're running out of time.
The domestic violence definition needs to expand over into commerce because it has commerce value. It has to be expanded over into all areas of human relations, including politics, and that's how they're manipulated.
Okay, thank you for your call, Tommy.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Have a great day. On the air, we have Travis. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to say it's a matter of, I believe a lot of women stay with guys that smack them around, call them out their name. I think it's a lack of self-esteem. Because you have high self-esteem about yourself, you're not going to take their foolishness. And I think it also has to do with a lot of these young women don't have father figures. Because if you have a father in your life or some kind of role model in your life that's showing you how a man is supposed to be, you're not going to pick poor examples of men that ain't doing that with themselves and that are very, abusive, and I'll let you go. But from a spiritual standpoint, Titus 2:1-5 talks about, the church training up our young women so that they will know who they are and what they are called to be in the earth, so that they can pick good men and treat good men.
Okay.
To be treated.
Thank you for your call, Travis. I'm sorry, but we are running out of time. Thank you.
Thank you,
Travis.
Have a great day. Zynga, welcome to the show.
Good morning. I obviously have found out since listening to your show that there's another tape out there. I have not seen it.
Yes.
But what Ernest said about that judge and about Cal Ripken, now I know that happened a while ago, but I only heard a snippet about it at the time. What it is racism and white supremacy. When it all boils down, they can make you and they can break you. I don't know about this young man. I don't watch football. My friend does, but I don't. I think it's between him and her. She married him, and all the other dynamics that play into it. It's personal. It's between them.
Okay.
But they didn't highlight anything like this about Cal Ripken and that judge. We won't even know anything about it because they own everything. And that's why I always say black people don't have any power. They may have money and wealth, but they have no power.
Well, thank you for your call, Zynga.
Man.
You have
Thank
a great
you.
day. On the air, we have Donna.
How you doing? A very good show.
Thank you.
They also didn't, when the news hit about Ray Rice, it happened actually in the casino where she started attacking him first. So they keep missing the beginning of it. That's why she got charged too with assault and battery. So it wasn't just a two-sided thing. It is a racist act that the media is doing because they're portraying and demonizing our black men. And when white men, like some of the other callers have said, when this happens, they cover it up quickly. But there's a third part. She attacked him first. And the media keeps leaving that part out. And, and it's appalling that they will use the last part of the incident as the first part, when the first part was that she attacked him first. And there's one video, the people in the casino confessed what they saw. And, I just don't like how the media demonize our black men and they don't use the truth and keep leaving out the actual truth. That's why she got charged with assault and battery as well.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for your call. Bottom line, y'all, we have got to stop hurting each other. Mentally, physically, we have to stop.
Yeah.
But one thing we aren't going to stop, Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee, is we are not going to stop talking about domestic violence. It's very serious.
Yeah.
It's something that we need to be taken very seriously. And I encourage you to open up dialogue with your family members, your coworkers, your friends. Open up dialogue because it's very serious, it's very real, and it's happening.
Yeah.
This is something that we just happened to see because of reporting and that sort of thing, that there is video. We actually saw this. But this is happening all over the world.
Yeah.
It's not just this one incident. This is just one we actually see.
Yeah.
But think about the incidents that we don't see.
While we're on the air right now, while we're talking, somebody somewhere is being abused. Intimate partner abuse affects us, the community, and our society. We should talk about it.
Absolutely. Jimmy, do you have anything?
One thing I'm glad that the NFL has done, they have actually stepped up the penalty because they didn't have anything in place. So as a result of this, they have recognized domestic violence amongst their players. So from this point on, that if a player is charged with domestic violence, he will automatically get a 6-game suspension.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And if there's a second offense for domestic violence, he's suspended for an entire season with a possibility of being banned from the NFL.
Wow, that's big. Let's get Dickens in real quick. You only have a few seconds, Dickens.
Oh, thank you. I'll make it quick. I think, like I said, like other people are saying, it is a distraction. They're talking about this to keep away from what's going on with the Missouri and California, with all this, what's going on in these police and things. It's a distraction to keep us off of what they're doing and look at what's going on with us to try to, like you said, demonize our black men. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call. Woo, this has been a powerful show. Hot. Kevin.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to put a pin in is let's stop beating each other down. We say black people kill more black people than any other race kill black people. I mean, that's the same thing with white people. White people kill more white people than any other race. Chinese people kill more Chinese people than any other race. Indians kill more Indians than any other race. So let's not put ourselves in the category because we fit the same category as everybody else. Also, the lady on the freeway, people say the things not happening. Believe me, LA is doing some things that has to do with this situation. But the media is not going to show you positive things.
Right.
And if LA break out into a riot, it'll be all over the news. But if they're getting together, going out to the sheriff's station, trying to work this thing out, they're not going to show you that.
Okay, family. Put November the 8th on your calendar.
Yes.
Masquerade Ball, November 8th.
November 8th.
I am your host, Cassandra Renee, thanking you for tuning in today. And until next Monday at 10 a.m., bye-bye. Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee, the radio show where we talk about it all.
There you have it,
Beauty,
y'all. Shop
sports,
Talk.
current events, health, travel, music, and so much more. You can reach us at info@talkwithcassandra.com or www.
But I still feel like as you being in media and NFL and all of that, even if she attacked you first, you being the person you are should have security with you anyway to keep that from happening.
Oh my gosh.
In public. And like the lady said, this is a private issue. No, it's not private if they didn't do it in their home.
They ain't doing it right, exactly.
He could have waited till he got home, or she could have waited till they got home. Either way, I still feel like he should not even responded to her or even hit her back. I felt like
but see, that's what I'm saying. But when you get to drinking, you stop thinking. Right. You know what I'm telling you, alcohol plays a major part.
They got married because the law is if you get married, you can't charge each other.
When you get married, you put in a whole different thing.
That's why they did it.
They changed the laws ever since OJ. OJ changed a lot of laws.
I'm surprised nobody brought him up.
You know, I guess that's going too far back, I guess.
All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later.
So funny. I'm Terry.
Ah.